Hi guys, welcome back. I'm still nursing this cold. My throat feels like I've swallowed sandpaper, so I'm not doing a lot today. I'm just doing a couple of little bits. I'm not working because I don't feel 100%. So I'm not doing the sneezing fits now, which is a good thing, because sneezing in your face is not good. I can tell you that. It is not good when that happens. Right, because I did say the other day I got those bits that Alan had sent through for me. Thank you again, Alan. Well, some of these little ones, like I've got a couple here. One's a bit of sycamore, that one's a bit of lime. I think I'm going to turn those as a little box, put them together. Have that as the bottom, that as the lid, because lime's it's a bit of a plain wood, so I'll see what I'll do with those. I've got a little bit of ash in bowl blank here, and I've got a little bit. I'm going to do this cherry one first. I'm just going to turn this into a small little bowl, and that's it. I can't sit and do nothing, so I want to do a little bit of turning. And at the moment, though, it's the dust is the problem, because it's making me cough so much. And even though you have your face shield on, you have your dust extractor going. I've got that on a worm screw, by the way. 6mm hole just on the worm screw on my SC2 chuck. Yeah, dust just gets everywhere, no matter what you do. I mean, I get it like it's dust is on everything. Yeah, dust. Even though I hoover out after every turning and everything in here, clean up. You know what it's like, it gets airborne, it's there, you come in, you move stuff, dust starts getting around, so I've got a bit of something sticky on my tool rest there, so I'm just gonna give that a little bit of clean. Just a bit of sandpaper, I'll just give that a little clean there. There it is, off. It's coming off. So I just noticed that it was something stuck on it. There, it's off. Done. Right, yeah, you know, it's like it gets airborne as soon as you touch anything. So there you go. Anyway, enough whinging. We're men, we just get on with it. Right. Sorry, guys. It is just it's a virus or something, isn't it? I don't know. Right, I'm putting that on. It's got my step center. I'm just putting it there. It's on a worm screw. It won't go nowhere, but it just gives it a little bit of added safety. Why not? If we can, why not? Right, what am I going to do with this? I'm just going to use a little bowl gouge, I think, at first. Do some shaping on the outside. I should just use a variety of different tools, whatever I feel like doing at the same time. At the said time, I should say, at that time. Right, it's a little bit out of balance, as you can see. It's well, not out of round. It's not perfect, so we clean it up. Right, I'm going to have a little go with bowl gouge I don't normally use, actually. I've got this little one, which is my Ashy Isles one, and that's got a 45-degree bevel and quite a long sweat back. I don't use this one much, actually, but like I always say, it's good to use all your gouges, all your grinds, all your different shapes, sizes, whatever. I mean, manufacturers and stuff, it's an actual, but I've got them from all different. It don't matter. They're all good, okay? They all work. Be a master of all and a slave of none. Is all I can say there. Use whatever you're happy with, but don't get yourself fixed where you can only use one grind or one type of chisel. That's not a good place to be. You want to be able to pick up any tool and use it, and use the different grinds, and they just act different. So for instance, this grind that you'll see when I come to hollow with that you can't approach the same as you would approach with, say, one of your standard 50-degree sweat back grinds. You can't approach it the same. It has to be slightly different. So, but first off, we're just going to get a start on this bowl. Right, so let's speed up a little bit. Right, same as usual, I'll stand just to the side and get a little cut. Right, now just clean that up, give me a nice clean on there. And now I'm just going to come in here. I'll put my hand in just so I don't get all the shavings come back at me. That's all. Right, and again, I'm coming in with my handle down. So the flute's closed, then I'll gently open it and ride the bevel here, okay, and cut with this bit here.
So ride the bevel on this bevel here and cut with this here. So come in with it closed, roll it, there it is, bevel's in contact. Okay, look, full control, okay? Nothing's going to kick, nothing's going to grab, nothing's going to bounce. So you can come in and the actual cut takes place on this edge here. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave that fairly open. I'm going to come in on the bottom on this. Give it a little bit of shape to the bottom first. Came off then. Right, okay. I think I'll probably know whether I want to go for a recess or foot on this one, I don't know. I'm just going to go for a little foot like that and then just come around here. Yeah, I might keep that as well. I'll go a little bit deeper because I need to take a little pass off that bottom to clean it up anyway. So I'll just go a little bit deeper and then pull that round. That's it. Right, I'll clean that bottom in a minute. I'll get a finish on this. Because obviously I can't get a finish with the bevel rubbing. The bevel rubbing is not a finished cut. Oh, come in a little, sorry, I caught that, that was my fault. Well, it wouldn't be no one else's, would it?
Not mine.
That was my fault. I came in with my tool there and I've actually put a marker, I can feel it. It's not gone yet. That actually went deeper than I thought. Yeah, I can still feel it.
It's a very sharp tool, isn't it?
Gone now. I went a bit. Yeah, I caught that. See, that's when you're not feeling best. No, that's a poor excuse, I think. I just caught it, that was all. Yeah, we've got a nice finish cut in the end. I just caught it, so I didn't want that there. I don't want a flat. I don't want a flat from the foot, see? That's better. And then I have the foot like that. So that's it. Right, I'm on a screw so I can come off. I can come off with this. And all I'm going to take is I'm going to take a cut across that with a spindle gouge. Where are we? Spindle gouge, please. There we go. Yep, there it goes. Very slightly got that hole there. That's it. Right, it's gonna very slightly just round that. Come in there. Take that off like that. That's it. I've got enough of a dovetail there. That's going to be the actual bottom there. Okay, I'll keep that like that. Right, so I'll move that out of the way. Move this out and I'll do a little bit of sanding on it. I'm not over sanding stuff because, as I said, I don't want a load of dust. Nice and smooth. On that. I'm punching away because I've got a lozenge in my mouth. So it's got me from coughing. In a little bag. Right, we'll get these babies. Got some new microfiber cloth, see? Let's show you that one. These are the ones I buy. That's one out of Lidl's, $3.99 for a pack of 6, and you get enough out. You can buy a few. You get, I think it's 5. I get 5 strips out of one. But they're the microfiber, so you don't get the threads. What you get is these little bits, and they just disappear, and then you don't get no threads off of them. So they work really well. And you can roll them up like that, and it won't. You've got no fear of it grabbing. It won't grab. Because I like to do mine with everything running, and I don't like to stop. Now if I do that with a bit of kitchen towel or tissue, it'll go, it'll stick to it and wrap round and get all caught up, and it'll be horrible. But this, it don't, it works.
I think it's fallen over.
What?
The microfiber cost you under.
iPhone down there. It's saying that it's trying to advertise itself. That's right, I'll stuff it under the shelf there. Right. So I've been using them for years. Absolute years, never been a problem. It's nice to have a new one. When they get too clogged up, it's nice it puts it on, but it can be a bit, it puts too much on all the time, so I have to get it off. It's the same with the wax. Bit more on the cloth. Bit new cloth. There we go. Right, so we'll see what it looks like. That's not bad for this. It's not an over-featured bit of cherry, but it's got some nice, what they call the chatoins and stuff. So it's looking quite nice. That's alright, that's just going to go straight on my jaws to hold that. I'm going to turn it round. Alright, let's, there we go. Yeah, it's quite nice. Let's turn out a nice little shape. See, I'm going to keep that foot on there because that's going to stand like that. So I'm going to keep that as the actual bottom, which is what I fancy doing today. So I'm only having to play. It's just because I'm not so much on board. I like to get down and turn every day if I can. I was sat out in the garden, but the trouble with sitting out in the garden is when you got the cold and you got the heat, your nose bungs up and everything goes and yeah, you get fed up with sitting out in the garden. Alright, let's open that. Probably could have done that a bit smaller than that, but never mind. Right, there we go, I've got it. Right, that's just tight, quarter. Yeah, that's on there. It should be alright, it shouldn't come off. Right, okay, let's get there on. And I'm going to use the same chisel to hollow. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit of light on because I know it's normally quite dark. Since I've changed my lighting and this light's a bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a light on. I'll clip that over there. Bring that around there. That should work all right. If I put that up like that, that should allow you to see all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, same with this grind. I mean, you experienced ones, you'll know all this already. But for you new turners, now if you've got your 55, let's say similar size tool. You've got a 55 swept back. Now you can start over here, and when you're coming and open your flute and you go in, I mean you can start this way with it, it's not a problem. But a lot of time you'll come over and you'll come in here. That's fine with this. But when you've got a 45 swept back grind, makes it a little bit more awkward because when you come in this way and you turn, you tend to it wants to skip back. It will give you a skip back. So it tends to be better to come in this way with the flute closed, open it and then go in. Okay, when you try coming in over this way, how you would normally go, when you come in here, as soon as you open the flute, it wants to skip. So just if you're getting that happen, that you'll know why it is. So it tends to be better to come in here. So if you come over and you want to come in this way, when you come here, it's probably not going to do it now. Like a lot of time you come in and you'll come round like this. Okay, come over. But when you go there, quite often what will happen is it does that, it wants to skip because of the way you're turning it. And it's better to come in this side, rotate it, and then angle your chisel round. And keep your bevel on. The beauty with this sort of grind, because this is a more of a U-shaped flute. So that allows me, when I come down to the bottom, where you come down, close your flute to come round, I can open my flute to come round. It works differently. See, there's the skip. Because I'm just at that wrong angle. Look, see how it wants to skip? Look, it's skidding. Right, so, because I've got to come here, open it. Then I can bring it round, then I can come in. You get it a lot with spindle gouges as well, see? And it's just because of the 45 degree. So if you come in here, look, straight away it wants to go back, and it'll do it this way as well. When you turn quite often, sometimes it'll feel right, but if it does skip, that's what's causing it. Sorry, my voice is going a little bit. Some will probably say good. Yeah, so when that happens, it's just because of the way the angle is. Just come back a bit more with it, and it won't happen, and then turn it, and then come round. It stops any skip back. And this is where I say, get to use all your grinds. Don't be a slave to one grind. Like, oh, I can't. That's why some people, they change their grind, and then they find they can't get on with it, so they go back, because it's like you just got to approach it differently. Every grind is different. Okay, so all we've got to do is come round a bit more. So if you think, well, I was using a 50 degree and I changed it, and now when I come in, it's doing that. That's why. All you got to do, yeah, you can't come there no more. You got to come this side. Come round, pick it up. But the beauty of this one is when I come down to the bottom, where you'll go over and then you'll come along with this grind. When I come to the bottom, instead of closing the flute, so I'm coming down, instead of closing it, I can open it. And because I'm opening it, the cut is coming right on this part here. Bevel's in contact. Bevel can't stay in contact on a curve there. Okay, because it's 45, it's tip and heel. It can't stay in contact there, but if you roll it, now it can, because it's there, you can't stay in contact. Okay, it goes tip and heel, and look, see the mark I'm getting? That mark there, that's from the heel rubbing. You can't stay in contact, but if you open the flute, no mark, okay, no bevel mark. It's tool marks, it's just the bevel rubbing. You can't keep the bevel in contact with it that way. You must open the flute. But if you've got very high wings, you can't open the flute, because that's when you're in danger of getting a catch. You can do it, but you've got to be very, very careful. You might get away with it, you know, 4 times out of 5, but it will bite you at some time, believe me. So we come down, we can open our flute, and we can come across the bottom with our bevel in full contact, and give a nice cut and a nice clean finish across the bottom. And all that is by using a different grind. That's all it is, just using a different grind. You've never seen me use this grind before. So, right, again, I'm coming in. Now, actually, I'm going to come right round because I'm coming to my final thickness. Again, flute is completely closed, okay? So I'm coming in with a completely closed flute, and then I'm gently opening it, and that allows it to start cutting. But I can't push down all the way with that cut because what it's doing is cutting on this edge here and it's scraping. It's going to be a scraping cut. So what I've got to do, I've got the cut, so now I've got to come back round, my handle down, my flute is open, I'm opening my flute to come around the bottom. Where your normal action would be to close the flute and come around the bottom. Now, because I'm getting a few tool marks just there, I'm backing it up. I'm going to take a slightly shallower cut and come back for it. So I'm going to take a few across and then come back and get the rest. Right, now it's very hard now, the angle, to keep that bevel in contact. I can feel it. I can feel it trying, even with this, because I've got no relief cut. So I can feel, look, I'm getting a slight tool marks there from the bevel at the back. This is sort of reached its limits, if you like. And you get that when you come to the bottom, and when you feel it, you find you've got a little dip in and it's gone in. That's because you're trying your hardest to keep your cut going. Don't. Back it off, close it, finish the cut. And now get another tool that will handle it. Okay? One grind won't do everything. Because you start to get this, the tool mark. Okay? We've got our thickness here. We've got our thickness on the bottom. We've got our thickness on the sides. We've done the main job. Now we just want to clean it up. So we're coming off of that tool because that cannot hold it. And I'm going over to, you Bob, maybe use a bottom feeder bowl or whatever. I'm going over to my AU1, okay, my 12mm AU, my hollower on a round bar, and I can come in, I can pick up that cut now. Probably a little bit high there for this tool, just a little bit high. I left a little nipple. Slightly raised, just get that. Very, very gentle. There we go. Right. Now we'll come back to here, pick up and make our pass. If you lose the cut as you come to that end, do not take the bevel off of the wood. Just come back and catch it again. Don't, if you lose the cut, don't come back and pick it up again. Just come back and keep going. Keep the bevel in contact all the time and you'll get that clean finish, and that's got a nice clean cut now. Now all I've got is I've got a very tiny bit just here on this rim. So for getting rid of that, I'm going to just put my tool rest in a little bit. Just helps with the angle. For this, close it, come in, drop the handle. Handle's right down this side and we're going to clean that off. There we go, gone. Only tool you can do it with. Only tool that can do that. Right, I've got that little front edge to clean up. So I'm going to go back to my small spindle gouge that I was using. There we are. A little bit low. I'm just going to take that off. Right, nice and smooth. A little bit of sand in, and we'll get the inside finished. Yeah, it's just learning the difference with your bevels. How they work differently. Well, I don't know how this is going to work now, because I've got a...
Don't think we need the light anymore.
Sorry?
Don't need the light anymore, do we?
No.
Oh, it's leave it anymore.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work. Right, it's right mark there. Very slight, just there, we're going to get that. Don't know whether it's a mark or, I can't feel it. Can't actually feel anything, it's just a little bit further in. That's it. I don't know whether there's anything there, because I can't actually feel anything. It don't feel different now, but whatever it was, it's gone. A bit of crackling. Just press a bit of tape off. Oh, there it is. Press a bit up there, I ain't used. Yeah, the patterns on it, there's nothing there. Well, okay. There's a bit of sand in place. Sand in sealer. That's what I was going to do. A bit of sand in sealer first. Oh, nearly spilled it. Put it on that over there. Don't want to spill that, I'll just make that one up. Right, look, I've got it all on here, I can get off my lathe bed. Oh. Just make this batch up, but I don't want to lose it. There we go. Do some good shavings and clean it off the lathe bed first. There we go, that's gone. Alright, a few more shavings and clean this. Perfect, turn in place. So, for some of you new turners, that helps you understand a little bit with your bevels and stuff, the different ways. As I say, there's so many different grinds. You've got 40 grind, 45 degree grind, 45 swept back grind, 55 degree swept back grind, 50 degree swept back grind, 60 degree swept back grind, traditional grind, 60 degree, English grind, bottom feeders, what they call them. There's so many different grinds. It's a minefield for new turners. Absolute minefield. Difference between them all? Absolutely nothing. They're all used just to cut the wood. You just might have to approach it slightly differently to get it to cut and do its thing. But no one of them will ever do everything. There's a bit of patterning in there, that's just where the grain is. Got it here as well, swells going across. Right, there we go. That's a little cherry bowl. What am I looking for? Chuck key. Chuck key for this chuck. That one. Right, there we go. Right, so there we go, guys. We've got a little. There we go. So that's our little foot, sits like that on our little foot. There, okay. All nice around that side. All nice and smoothly hollowed out. Nice smooth finish on that bottom. Okay. Used by using the AU 12mm AU hollower. Okay. Now that works the same. Why have I got a mask on? I've finished. Well, I've still got a face shield on and shouting. I'm shouting and making me throat like I'm going all croaky now. I'm getting that sexy voice, aren't I? Hello, baby.
Husky.
Hello, baby. Have I told you how beautiful you look tonight?
No.
Right, bit Barry White. I could do a bit Barry White singing, can I? No, I can't. Right, yeah. So if you use the SCH3, same thing. That's just good fit. I like the round bar. I do like it on the round bar, I must say, because I can adjust that cut. And it's nice if you want to do that one to come out and get that cut up the side to clean up the front edge. A little bit more awkward. It can be done with the SCH3, just slightly more awkward. But if you're not into doing all the rolling, you're not used to it yet, then it can be a better tool to use. Okay, and with your gouges, like I said, get used to how you got to roll them in. It's just approach it slightly differently. One you can approach from that way, one you have to come this way, one's better to go this way, then turn it. Start the cut, then move the handle. Okay, makes it just that little bit easier. But there you go, nice little cherry bowl. Okay, there we go. Right, a little bit plain on its. It's got some nice grain actually. It's not too bad, but yeah. Anyway, that's just another one for me to have, I suppose. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodle pip.
Bye, guys.